solution to police brutality. Some of them mentioned the fact that the system need to be, refined. The system need to be refined. The police need to be trained. All these things goes well to cure or to curb the issue of police brutality. Now we'll be talking about the main gist today, which is rape. Rape is something that actually is one of the most inhumane thing, because you see someone and you just take her down and you begin to defile her, you begin to, it's very, very inhumane. But this thing is recurring over time. It's getting prevalent, it's getting incessant, and a lot of people are worried. We are worried about our girl child, we are worried about our lady, we are worried about all these people, our mothers. And a lot of people say this thing happened because of this thing happened because of this thing. We'll be talking about all these things. What are the causes? What are the solutions? Why is this thing happen? So recently we have this thing, the issue of the rape of Uwa, and then Jennifer, and then
that one plus mother,
and mother. So I think this thing is actually inhumane. So why would some people in their irrational and animalistic tendency and nature rape someone, rape a girl child, or rape a woman, or rape a lady? So over to you.
Okay, when you were talking, the first question that came to my mind was, okay, these people that commit the act, do they rape because they know that they can get away with it? Is like, I even feel that is one of the reasons why they do this. They know that when they do it, they can get away with it.
Perpetrators of rape, they deserve the worst punishment ever, whatever it is. In fact, I think we need to find Google and search what is the worst punishment you can ever. So that if these people are, for example, you must publicly humiliate, shame, and give them this punishment, so that even if all the potential rapers, they see it, they will feel like,
they feel
you understand? Yes. So I don't know. And again, this thing happen in a place of worship. What would you say to that?
It's scary how women are not safe anywhere. You can't. When you go to the market, you're not safe. You go to Yaba, there's a man trying to touch your breasts. In the vehicle, somebody is touching you. Someone is putting their hands in your clothing. It's crazy. Women are not safe anywhere. Not to talk of a place of worship. I mean, if you're not safe in the house of the Lord, where are you safe? Where? And that's what scares me. Look at us now. Our mothers, grandmothers are being raped. When people talk about, they say, why did you wear this? Your breast is showing now. You see yourself now, your lipstick and all of that. I feel it doesn't make any sense, because you can be a rapist. I don't think it's the attractiveness. It is the power that they want to have over you, the evil that lives within them. They rape babies. What's sexual about a baby? Babies, for goodness sake.
I think they are deranged people.
It's
no.
Sorry.
You know what? Don't call it a mental illness.
Because
if you start to call it a mental illness,
you're beginning to excuse it.
God bless you. You're bringing justification for that.
It's not a mental.
All the perpetrators are just a normal person like you and I, but just feel, I can do this and go away scot-free.
Let me chip this in.
Yeah.
Rapists are animals. Why do lions, or why do you see a pack of lions or a pride of lions? Why do you see them hunt? Most times they don't hunt because they are hungry. They hunt either to train their cubs, or just to show that we are still present in this area. So now, rapists are animal because they just feel, now guys, we love working out. That's for guys that are not lazy. And if you're a guy that is not lazy, you would not go to rape a lady. I believe that in most cases, when it comes to the issue of rape, the perpetrator of that rape is just not human. Like,
so
as at that point,
demon walking
calm down.
Amidst human,
Calm down. As at that point, the person is not thinking like a human being. The person is not feeling like a human being. The person is totally not part of us.
Okay,
please excuse me. I want to say something. I feel like I know that rape is animalistic. But whenever we talk about rapists and we say that they are animals, it's like we are trivializing the issue. They are human beings who have decided to do something that is evil.
Bless you.
Don't
Bless you.
Animals.
You know,
Just leave
you're
animals out
saying
of this
at
whole
that
thing.
point of
They are
committing the
human
act,
beings.
they are not in the right state. They are
They're
not.
meant to
You know what?
excuse their
If you go to
actions.
that in the court of law, what would they say? They were like, "Oh my lord, when he was committing this act,
was an animal."
they can bring up an excuse, a defense for him that, oh, my client was not in his right state of mind. Or what's this word we use for somebody? An
It is
insane person.
premeditated.
You know, people like, no, it can even be an excuse.
It is.
That person is just a human, just like you and I, thinking normally, because you hardly see a mad person raping another person that is sane. So that means the person is actually sane.
Okay.
You understand? But just like, wow, let me just have fun today. You do that act, and you think that is good. You think that is normal.
Rape is a very, very critical issue that needs to be talked, that need to be discussed extensively. Even this time is not enough for us, it's not sufficient for us to talk about, because this is what everybody needs to be talking about. Let us sensitize people. Let us sensitize. We know that rape is usually, let's say, we can say 70% happening to the female gender. So let's say, because this kind of thing happen, let us sensitize the male from the boy to when he go up. Let us, old people, let us sensitize every one of us about this. So now we are going to talk about blame game. Blame game. A lot of people used to blame the victim. This has been a kind of tradition. It is becoming traditional for people to blame the victim. When someone is raped, is even on ground, still crying, and maybe the rapist has fled or they've gone, and the people will look at the victim of the rapist as is, even as she's moaning in pain, and they will say, why do you go to this place? Why do you dress like this? So that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to first of all point out why. So what do you think about blame game? Why do people need to? Why are people blaming the victim of something that happened? The victim that experienced the pain, that was the fire, that was dehumanized. Why are people blaming that person?
I think the society in general has placed the blame of existence on the ladies, the women. Any small thing, the women has to take the fall for it. Looking at from the creation aspect. Now, I think it's just a issue of proper mindset, proper curbing the mindset of we guys, we men in society having a superior stand than the ladies or the women. I think the best way to fight this blame game is to actually focus on who the victim is. If we are at a rape scene, and then if we are unable to even get the first attention should be paid to the victim. That means the psychological aspect of it.
Such person.
Instead of asking questions like, why are you here too? Why can't you go and take that role? Why can't you put on this type of dress? No. Let us attend to the psychological aspect. Are you okay? What's wrong with you? What happened? Okay, so person defied me. Okay, let's go to this place. Let's have a kind of psychological first aid. Then we try to understand the story, then try to follow the victim and the perpetrator. Okay. So the blame game has been in place since the lady takes the fall.
Let's say the issue of one of the recent rape event, the rape scandal is Mubarak, right? And this person is an hijabi. When we say he's an hijabi, person that wears hijab. So let's say, because if we are talking about modesty, this person is modest, and he's even, they say he's in his house, right? Sure. So what are you going to say concerning this blame game and talking about modesty and talking about, does it matter if somebody is being raped? Why?
I think that people's standard of what is modest is quite different. Sometimes if you encounter a Muslim, they'll tell you that you should to dress like this is modest. For someone who is not a Muslim, they do, this is not modesty. This does not represent modesty. To them, it's probably just covering. Some people think modesty is covering their nipples or covering only the private parts. So what I'm saying in essence is that whatever a person wears should not make them susceptible to rape. It is the rapist that should be blamed. So whether you wear a hijab or you wear a bikini, it doesn't matter. You should not be raped.
Like,
This
okay.
Baraka that was raped in her house, well, we're told that she's a hijabi, she wears hijab, and she was in her house. She didn't go.
I'm talking about Uwa too, in the church.
Uwa was
Okay.
raped in the church. So when you look at things like this, these people were not in the wrong places. I don't think there's any wrong place. These people were not in the wrong places. They were not wearing the wrong thing. So why were they raped? Why should anyone be raped? So in that essence, there's no excuse for it. The rapist has the burden of blame, not the person who has been raped.
Okay, so NURAH, blame game. What do you say?
Left to me, honestly, I feel we should have passed this stage. Take actions. Take action, lobby, ensure that these social things are passed into law. Look at, we should review this rape law. Honestly, we should review some aspects, starting from the punishment section, starting from the trial of the cases in court of law.
As a legal personality, as a legal inclined person,
Yeah.
Would you care to enlighten us on the rape law?
Okay, basically we have the exact laws that tackles with rape. We have the criminal law of Lagos State, which is applicable in Lagos State. We have the penal code for the northern, criminal code for the southern part. They have the constitution. This is why the constitution is there. That the constitution is more or less like a blanket law that gives life to every other laws that may stem. So we have the Child Rights Act. However, this Child Rights Act can only be applicable in state that has actually domesticated it in their state. So probably in Kwara State now, if you are yet to domesticate the Child Rights Act, it cannot be binding on us. You understand? Those are just the basic law. And in all these laws, a very, very important one, this new law that was passed in 2015, the violence against prohibition or something. It's VAB Act. It was signed then by the former president, Ebelo Jonathan. So that law is more of the latest, or let me say the most applauded law when it has to do with rape, because this is the only law that actually recognizes that rape can be against a man. You understand? All the previous laws it's just against women, but now it's actually recognized that it can be against both gender and everything. But in all these laws, we still feel the following recommendation is very, very essential. First thing is, please, they should create a special court for trying rape cases. You understand? Because of the sensitivity of the matter, you go into the open court, the media will come in, view everything. It's actually putting some kind of fear to talk as a rapist. As a victim. You may not want to talk because of the stigma and everything. Create a special court. Just like this juvenile, we want to try juvenile cases. It is always discreet. You understand? It will not be, members of the public will not be allowed in the media and everything. Do that because of this matter is sensitive. Do that one. Apart from this special court, another thing is, when it has to do with criminal matters, criminal cases in Nigeria, you as a private, if somebody happens to rape me now, or somebody happens to burgle my house, I cannot say, if you want to go to court, I will employ the service of my personal lawyer. No, it is government lawyer that will stand for me. It has to do with criminal matter. They say it is a state versus the criminal, the accused, because he has not yet been described as a criminal. So we now realize that when it deals with prosecution of these matters, most of those that prosecute, especially in all these magistrate court and the likes, they are the police. And most of these police, they are not lawyers. You understand? They are not lawyers. They were not opportune to have this legal training. Now, the accused has the right to call his or her own personal lawyer. Now, imagine me as an accused, you as a victim, the government is representing you. The government official that is representing you is not giving extra pay for that work. But me, I paid the private lawyer and some. You think I'm not giving my best to ensure that I'm accused? Sure. You understand? Some amount. You think the person will not put in extra effort? And this person, and also lawyers in court, normally when you see police, they're like, this case is not something that, because they are not really well versed in this thing. You understand? So allow a victim, you understand, to have access to a private lawyer of her choice. You understand? You cannot just dictate a lawyer to this person. This matter is not just something that you take with levity. You understand? Sometimes the counsel may not even come to court. They will keep adjourning the matter. But now they should allow the AG, because there's something we call a fiat. This fiat is in this kind of criminal matters. The AG, if AG grants a fiat to a private lawyer to prosecute a criminal matter, normally government ought to prosecute. So you sign an undertaking that in case of anything that will happen in the matter, you are ready to bear the consequences. They should please allow this thing in rape cases. Allow us and give us the privilege to call a counsel of our choice. You understand? Because most times, I must say, the other person might be compromised massive as a government official, because corruption is everywhere, though, as well the private legal practitioner can become. So apart from creating a special court, give us the right, the privilege to get a lawyer of our choice. You understand? The another thing, I believe there should be a review of our law, of the punishment section. Most of it states life imprisonment for a rapist and the likes. But I feel honestly, it is not
painful, draconian something. Right?
It should be, honestly, it should be. It's because imagine the victim. You live all your life. Some people, as a result of rape, some people they become depressed. They'll be on drugs throughout their life. Some people PTSD, a whole lot of things people are going through. Now you too, that should be, you want to be just that you say an eye for an eye, and now we cannot rape you back. You understand? So can't you think of more a kind of a punishment that will be equivalent? You may live the whole of your life carrying that thing with you. So just castrate the person so that at least after you must anytime you look down, be like, oh, too bad.
It will be something
because that person, whenever
other potential will not even,
they'll be discouraged.
Then it will help our young girls that are coming up. So far they've castrated somebody. At least we are at peace now that this one cannot rape another person again.
Yeah,
so for every rapist that is castrated, we have like 10 innocent girls being protected, free from that. You understand? Though there are a lot of things that have to be recommended as well. Honestly, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of recommendations. But I feel
I really appreciate your legal insight. Okay, now we are going to talk about the issue of false allegations, lies, and lies. So some people they are not actually rapists, but they are, due to some selfish interest of some sort, they are labeled rapists, and some of them actually eventually win over the case, or the truth eventually become manifested. But some of them they end up taking the attacks of this false allegation, and it gives them life somehow. So Rachel, what do you think? Why would you think because of a selfish interest? Maybe you have a personal score, or maybe someone has dated you before and and you decided to come and say, hey, this person is a rapist, meanwhile it's not a rapist. Why would someone do that?
Well, I don't know. I've never been it has never happened to me, so I don't really know why they do that. But then I feel probably the reason why such a person would do something like that is to get back at the person. And it is very, very wrong. You shouldn't, someone did something bad to you does not mean that you should accuse the person of being a rapist. And that is why I believe that, for this type of issue, I believe that there should be room for, proper investigation into when you accuse a person of being a rapist, then let's look into the matter and be sure that this person is actually a rapist before we name the person.
Okay, so Diwa, what do you say? False allegation.
Yeah, I think the first thing is to remove the aspect of jungle justice, that is on the spot punishment for those that are rapists. Let's not punish them on the spot.
Most of these false allegations they are not even on the spot. It used to come out maybe after a while. It's not even so, because it actually didn't happen, so there cannot be a jungle justice for that. So that person will just come and say, or maybe you
I was raped by so person. I think the best way is to have a proper line of investigation, taking it from how it started, at least how they even come in contact with each other, for what reasons, and what led to that claim. And if it is in situations where probably it's a maybe visit or something, then there should be it's always very difficult to defend that kind of aspect. But I think that's why we have some private investigators who can actually go deep into the situation, into the matter, to find the truth that might be buried.
Okay, thanks. So Noah, what would you say? Someone has been falsely accused of raping, and is not actually. What would be your advice to the people who does this kind of things? And what would be your advice?
I feel starting from addressing the cause. You understand? I believe the major cause of this false allegation is because of how we all take rape matters. You understand? Because what this society currently, what we are breeding now, because my fear is I hope we are not breeding another thing in the quest to get justice for rapists. I hope we are not breeding, we are not creating some kind of some kind of injustice to the other gender. Because the thing is, most ladies know now that you just got to social media and shout that somebody raped me. We all, because of the emotional attach, we all just shout we wouldn't give the other party the chance to actually explain himself. You understand? So that is, I feel that is the cause, because you know that.
So what's your advice? What's your advice?
That is just like there is a principle of law. Okay. The advice, the major thing is just there is a principle of law. We call it audi authorem patem. Hear from both sides, no matter the case in law. You understand? No matter the kind of, be it a criminal case, civil case, or anything. This principle is very important. It's one of the cardinal principles of justice. You understand? You hear from both sides. Even if as a judge, I happen to witness what happened, I cannot just go to court and pronounce. You still have to hear from both sides. So she give the accused a room to come as well. You understand? Give both party equal time, equal medium to state what really happened. We should not just listen to the victim and neglect the accused, thinking that, oh, there's nothing you can say, there's nothing you can say. We should not let our emotion take the better part of us, because we've seen a lot of cases where some ladies will lie against a particular guy that actually raped them, and in the long run, we actually realize it is fake, and it would have cost this person his career, everything, even sometimes his family, even himself. He may just believe him, but he's no longer alive. You understand? What would the society say if they eventually realize that it's a fake news? We all just look at it like, at least some people even like, at least if they've not been doing it, they wouldn't have. It's unfair. You understand? As much as we are trying to be just, we are trying to look for a safe place for the female. We should try as much as well to consider the male gender, to all those innocent people. There are a lot of cases that I should not be saying more because it's a personal case that we've handled, that you realize that in the long run it will be a false allegation and the lady would have moved on. You understand? So in such situation, if you as a male, you are accused wrongly, maintain your ground, no matter what. If you are at the police custody and anything, on no occasion should you sign any document whatsoever implicating yourself. Even if they insist that if you sign this thing, we promise to not take this too far. No, we are in this 21st or whatever century we may be in. Don't allow anybody to fool you. They will tell you to sign a document, because so far you are paying your signature to a particular document. I'm very sorry, that's the end for you. So maintain your stand. Even if they will kill you, at least you die pleased with yourself that you never lied upon yourself. And even if you decide that, oh, the pain is too much, I want to sign this document, the effect it will bring upon you, it will even be more than the pain you are going to. So maintain your stand whatsoever. Let them know, maintain your stand. Let them know that you did not commit this act. And I'm being optimistic that the courtroom is a good place. It's more of a safe avenue to allow you to ventilate. When you get to the courtroom, you say whatever is, and if they cannot link, be it a physical evidence to you or another form of evidence, then you are free to go. You're good to go. Thank when you are good after, sorry, please let me quickly, as a guy, if you eventually freed, please, I'm begging you, come and visit lawyers. Sue her, sue the bastard, sue her for defamation. Don't just be like, at least thank God, I'm off. No. Sue her so that you serve at distance to other ladies who might want to do that kind of thing, and you get ransom money. So
thank you for that. That's how a lot of people are being falsely accused of it, and you've heard the recommendation that people are giving and why do that. So now we'll talk about therapeutic perspective, or therapeutic let's say solution to the victims of rape. These people face a lot of emotional, psychological, even sociological trauma that actually drains them of their life, and they can't stay where people stay. A bit of memory can spark up this trauma at any point in time. So Rima, what is your recommendation? How can these people, the victim of rape, how can we help them? How can we help them survive or overcome this trauma?
Well, first, support from the family members, especially friends and family. As long as those ones learn to not blame the victim or shame the victim, that's the first step to recovery.
Not to blame the victim.
Yes. And they need therapy. So that's it.
Therapy. So what do you say? What's the recommendation? How can we help the victim of rape? How can we them to overcome the trauma? How can we help them achieve them? Even though I don't know if the life can be normal as it was before.
They can live a normal life. I think it's just about the love and support that
people show.
Yes. So if we show them that, yes, this person has done a bad thing to you, but you can still have a good life, then they can do it. What humans thrive on is the support we get from others. So if we can show them that and not stigmatize.
Yeah. So what would you say? What's your own recommendation?
Okay, I think what they say is the same thing I would say.
Okay, that means we just need to support.
Now should stop blaming the victims.
Okay, now we'll talk about the last topic on the show, which is what is the solution? What is the way out for of rape generally? What is the way out? So Nora, have you gone?
The way out.
The solution,
I
the
believe I said
solution.
earlier.
And now I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the general solution.
General solution is just so far you know that you get justice, and the justice will be commensurate to the punishment you suffer. And at the same time, it will not just be commensurate to the punishment. It will not just be commensurate to the pain you suffer. It as well will be a great deterrent to member of the public or to a potential rapist. And I believe that can be the best solution.
Okay.
You understand?
So,
On my own part, that is all I can.
okay, Rima.
I pray that one day we get to the point where we do not have to keep fighting for justice for rape victims. So what we need to do is raise the next generation, right? You let them know rape is wrong on all counts, and stop giving men and women too, because women rape men too. But in this case, I'm talking about the men. So don't let men see women's bodies as their properties. You have no right to it. So it's about the orientation. Raise the next generation, right? And continue with the awareness for this generation. That's it.
Oh, so Galaxy, what do you say?
Yeah, just like she said, it's all about the orientation, the mindset. We should let our children, our babies now, we should let them know that they are not entitled to any lady's body. It's even a privilege to fall in love, to be attracted to a lady, or to have a lady being attracted to you. So it's all about how you bring them up. You let them understand to care, love, and respect the lady. So when the respect is there, when the love is there, and the care is there, then there will be no reason why you would say you want to force.
Okay, that's good. So, Rachel, what's the recommendation generally?
Okay, the fight against rape, I believe, is a collective effort. Like, we
Yeah.
all have to stand against it
Both
together.
man and woman.
So basically, I would say we should just, like, some people are just shouting on social media. They're just making noises. They're not really standing. Like, we should look within ourselves. Like, how well are you standing against this issue? And then the family as a whole, should I say the parents should be careful, and they should observe their children very well. Let's raise our children in the right way. If you raise them up very well, they won't constitute nuisance in the society. So let us, as individuals and as families, we should work on that.
And
Yeah.
I also think that the society should not portray ladies as
Sexual
the weak-
objectification or
and
okay.
should not portray ladies as the weak point now, because I think most rapists, they feel they need to exercise power, and they look for those that are weak. We have strong ladies that you dare not move to them; they will beat hell out of you. So I think the thing is not showing ladies as the weak point in the society.
Yeah, I also want to chip in that men get raped too, boys get molested, and we need to raise the awareness. No one is safe. No one, men, women, boys, girls. It's very important to put that into this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you all
So
for
can I just say
listening.
then I believe in all it's more about your individual training, you understand? Because we have a lot of men, women that actually come out from a good family that when it comes to giving a proper home training, their parents try to give them, you understand? But at the same time, you still see them perpetrating this evil act. So I believe you inside of you just make this personal. As I am, I don't want to inflict any harm, injury on any human whatsoever, you understand? Leave it more of personal. Then I believe our parents at time it's high time our parents started being more how would I put it, like coming to us with open hands, you understand? So that when you have any issue, sometimes all these little kids, they would have been seeing some kind of green light before the actual act to happen. But because the parents are not, the rigid daddy will come home, mommy too, then my son, this kind of thing. No, it's high time, please. These innocent kids are suffering.
Okay, so you've heard it from these amazing people, the recommendations that they have profiled to the solution of rape, starting from the fact that people need to be sensitized, the boy or the male gender, which are let's say substantial part of the problem, need to be sensitized a lot, and the justice system must be active and must issue out draconian and very painful punishment to rape. And awareness. People that are being raped, they must come out and tell the stories, and they must point out to the people, so that these people, they deserve nothing good in our society. They deserve to be castrated. They deserve to be, they deserve everything bad and evil, because what they are doing is evil. So I believe we coming out to this program today, and you that you are watching these, you are also part of the the process, part of the consistent effort to create awareness. As you can see, these people, we all leave our time, space. We want to talk about, we are talking about this profound solution to it. So we really appreciate every one of us. I want to say, let's talk about it. Is a program that talks, that where we discuss with these amazing people. We talk about the topical issue, trending issue that are worthy to be discussed in our society. And you can see we started from racism and the consequences of it, the solution, why it happened. Then we bounce to police brutality. From there we move to rape and the consequences and everything like that. So I believe you guys have enjoyed us. We really appreciate your time for listening, for viewing, and we want you to share this message. We want you to share this video to your friends. Let us use this as a platform to create awareness. Share this video, watch it, show it to your brothers and sisters. Let them listen, let them be enlightened to this show. So this show is not complete without you all. We really appreciate you. And for all these amazing people, I don't work with people that are not amazing. If you see me, I must be at the back and emulating amazing people, and these people are amazing people. Starting from your name,
NURAH,
KAREEMAH,
RACHEAL.
so these people are wonderful. So thank you for watching. Next time we meet on Let's Talk About It again.